Kate DiCamillo in The Magician's Elephant wrote, "Yes, well, I am crippled," said Madame Lavon, "and that, I assure you, goes somewhat beyond sadness. I have a story to tell, a tale penned in grief and sorrow, but it is also a story abounding in hope, beauty, and the miraculous. It is at times humiliating. And although this tale has a good end, I must warn you, it is by no means a fairy tale ending, which simply is to say that this story is real. For in fairy tales, the girl always finds her true love, good defeats evil, and everyone is happy. But I have not found such wide-eyed optimism to be the substance of our lives. In this life on earth, sadly, the girl does not always find her true love. Evil capriciously swallows men, women, and children in its path, and on this side of heaven, a shadow looms over even the brightest of our joys. Unlike fiction, however, true stories have a power all their own, and in spite of its painful and grotesque underpinnings, or perhaps because of them, my narrative is, above all things, amazing. Now, I feel the need to clarify at the start that I am not amazing. Did you think this was an epic tale of a mighty heroine? Let me put that erroneous thought to rest. I am full of flaws and sharp edges. I am half Irish, and my husband likes to tell people that I am among the fighting Irish. As you can imagine, a fighting disposition regretfully clashes with the harmony of a family at times. It is, however, helpful, perhaps essential, when catastrophe threatens to upend and best one's life. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let us begin at the beginning. My story commences on a Friday, and I think we can agree this is a very good day to start a story. I awoke with that peculiar joy, that little heartfelt bliss that wells up inside you when you sleepily realize today is not just any day. Today is Friday. Friday means I survived the week. Friday dangles the hope of a little extra weekend sleep and some family time traipsing through woodlands, meandering in the open air. And this Friday was brimming with possibilities. To begin with, Grand Rapids, Michigan, was awash in late spring sunshine. For the past several months, we had a visitor, a blustery guest, who had gifted our doorsteps with almost 100 inches of snow. The great thaw had led to a small-scale flood in the lower level of our rented duplex, and I was just beginning to feel dry. So to me, this May sun was like a long-lost friend, and like any true friend, the sunshine entered our home with no need of invitation, filling our rooms, our very cores, with its sprightly warmth. My heart was full, as was my happy agenda for Friday, May 29th, 2009. Now, if I had authored the day's events, they would have gone something like this. 1. Eat breakfast as a family with my husband John, our 7-year-old son William, and our daughter Gwyneth, 4 years of age. 2. Escort William to school. 3. Prepare a dish for the last Teacher's Appreciation Luncheon of the school year, and prepare dinner for our evening date with friends. 4. Read some poems or a book during lunch to William's first-grade class. 5. Enjoy the afternoon spring breeze with Gwyneth. Perhaps we could discover some wildflowers, late-blooming tulips, or tadpoles. 6. Dine with some sweet friends. I was especially looking forward to seeing our former neighbors. The youngest of the 4 children, Ava, age 5, and Ethan, 3, had practically lived at our house during the year we were neighbors. Outgoing, merry, and always entertaining, they were so easy to love. This was the cheerful Friday I'd envisioned. William asked if he could ride his bike to school, so I laced up my well-worn tennis shoes. I didn't grab the jogger stroller because Gwyneth decided to stay home with her daddy. The trek was not so far, but it seemed a good opportunity to sneak in a quick run. William, like a young racehorse out of the gate, boldly led the way through the dewy grass and onto the sidewalk. I attempted to keep pace with my speech.